up on my TV screen yet.
There we go.
A proper one. Yay! Happy days. We are
Hello
live.
everyone, welcome to Race Space. We are back finally. Can you believe it's been like a month?
Yeah, I saw a photo of you the other day. I mistook it for a hippopotamus, so I know you've had a good Christmas.
Yeah, so
you're now full, fat, fed
I'm
for the rest of the year.
Much,
so that's
much
it.
slower in the race
now.
car this year, but
yeah, that's going to be my excuse anyway. You know, there's some extra ballast that I need to get rid of. Oh man. But now it's 2021. It's a totally different year. Oops, hang on a second. We're just getting some feedback while my PC just catches up with us for a second, but now it's been muted, thankfully. Once is enough to hear us both, I think.
yeah, I can't listen to myself.
So,
Just can't do
and
it.
believe it or not, we are time travellers.
Yeah, we're in the
Because
future.
it's the 24th of May 2017 at 2 o'clock in the afternoon in Portugal. We have conquered time travel. We have gone back in time.
Yeah, we put it on the default setup for these ones because we're just afraid that it's going to give us the ice track, which it's been giving us in our last couple of tests. Our last couple of test sessions have gone that way with the European tracks, so we're just being a bit cautious here. And,
yeah, anything around sort of December, January, February time is ropey at best.
Yeah,
in truth, it really is. And look at that! That's our first glimpse of Ratek in 2021. Car. And what's he doing? Sat in a bloody pit. Get out there! Exactly. That's got to get out there.
So BT joining us. This is his first race in the X2 class. Well,
yeah,
he was supposed to race the X1s a while ago, but I think he missed that race. So this will be his first time we see him racing both cars this series.
Can't fault it. Good to have you back, Bailey. Anyway, mate. And my wife likes the drink that he produces. I mean, he should be incredibly wealthy, you know. Bailey's has been a popular drink for years.
A lot longer than he's been around.
Yeah, that's true. That is true indeed. But that can be his claim to fame. At least he's got a drink named after him.
It's also a nice livery he's chosen there. It's like a proper KTM colour there with the orange and the black. He's like almost like a proper official KTM driver there.
Well, like I say, I've probably said this before, but I can't remember. Although I can't remember what I did yesterday. But I've got a KTM main dealer literally a mile away from me, and I've had people that I've known who race in Scotland who've been coming down here, and they've actually gone to the dealership like a mile from my house, which is kind of really weird. It's a bit bizarre. It's just like you going, saying, "Oh, I want to go to a KTM dealership. Yeah, I found one on Pentrabart Road in Pontypridd in South Wales." It's just like, "Oh, it's near me." Ooh. There you go. So you now know I live in South Wales, although.
And we know that it's right near the KTM dealership. So
absolutely.
If anyone knows where the KTM dealership is, we'll find you.
I live near Cardiff, but I'm from the northwest of England, and then you've got G32 Turbo, who's from Cardiff, but he lives in the northeast of England.
Obviously, G32 Turbo, he's been in pretty much all the races so far this season, so it's nice to see him back.
Yeah, he's certainly been.
Nice colour car he has as well, with his yellow and blue.
It is
very different.
It's like Ukrainian flag, isn't it? There you go, there's my geography coming out.
Sort of colours.
I think. Yeah, blue and sort of yellowy, goldy is kind of Ukrainian colours, isn't it? I don't think Bailey's first attempt went
in the
that
pits.
well. They're not the easiest car to jump into, man. I've got to be fair. If he's not jumped in these for a while, they kind of lend themselves more to the driver that wants to chuck it.
Also joining us for the first time in this series is Kento. It's nice to see him here. He's obviously from the Rally Fighters. We've seen him a lot. He's in that purple car there, the number 8, I believe.
I'd fancy him to do okay in these, because
he's been doing very well in our fun lobbies and the circuit racing stuff. So we sort of had to try and convince him to come and join us here, and he said yes. So we're glad to see him here. But no, I think he's going to do well.
I always think
surprised us a lot.
If you're a decent rally or rallycross exponent, then you will have you will certainly have the skills to transfer over and be a pretty proficient.
Trying to think who that is in the white and blue car, because we haven't seen everyone for a while, but I think that's Ali. I think Ali or Carlo. It's Carlo, I think. Carlo's in that white and blue one.
Is it?
No, it's the other Matsutsi brother, Carlo Matsutsi.
As he just leaves a skid mark there.
When we just see, I think that's Roy in the blue car in the background. Yeah.
It was. He's just practicing, doing some skidding.
Yeah. So apologies, just getting to remember everyone's colours there. We're sort of getting it right.
Yeah. We haven't seen it for a while, have we?
Yeah, sort of getting the colours right. I remember Roy's in the blue car.
Yeah, he's sky blue, and
he's just struggling a bit, sliding.
Either that or he's having fun. I'm not sure of the two which one he's doing, but
he's working on his drift.
He's either testing out his drifting skills. But I mean, you can chuck these cars around. That's one thing that a lot of the guys, certainly the more proficient rally exponents, will say, like the likes of Ratek, the likes of like Kenny, and obviously Carlo, Ali, etc. Not that I'm missing anyone out on purpose, but the likes of those particular people will sort of say, their skills will lend themselves better to a car like this. That's what I'm trying to say. Really.
Talking of Kenny, there he is, the number 1 car there. I think it's quite fitting, seeing as he often comes first in most series we do.
Yeah, his wife told me that as well. I just thought I'd throw that one in. Sorry to anyone who's under 18.
But I see he's chasing down Matsutsi there in front of him, and obviously Matsutsi's also been very quick in both classes in this series. So
yeah, to be honest, they've both been really good. It's just a case of keeping the car. I bet Kenny was hoping he might have got a bit of drift, a bit of draft off him then to maybe make the time better. But that's a decent time that's leading that board. That's a top time, really. To be fair. Anything under 2 minutes, I would say, is halfway reasonable.
Well, look, check out Ali's time compared to the rest of them. Ali with a 153.
Yeah. What I mean, so I don't think he's done.
Ali's in the red car, I think. Yeah, there.
Yeah,
he's in the red one.
I don't think he's done particularly any more laps.
Ratek sitting in second right now.
That's a pretty big gap, isn't it?
It is quite a big gap, but he's also, his gap between the next car behind him is also significant. Yeah. So it's just showing either Ali is really motoring or
you know what they do. They'll try and do it in the last. They'll try and time it so they're doing it right at the death. That's normally what these guys tend to do. The rest of us just sort of carry on along. I think Bailey will take a bit of time to get used to this car, to be fair to him, but it's no disgrace actually to struggle in this, mate.
I've only used this car on the wet. I used it in the last race, I think, and it was a mission.
It probably lends itself more to that because it's
they killed us in Laguna Seca. I couldn't catch them in the wet in this car. I don't know how they were setting the times they did up front.
No, they were pretty awesome, in fairness. I would have thought this car probably wouldn't feel that much different.
Well, you can see now Ali is bettered his time, and that must be Kenny. It has to be Kenny in second.
Move it up. Yeah, it is.
No, is that Kento?
No, Kento's in 5th, Kenny's in 2nd.
Right.
That's why I checked. The nearest one to me was Kento at the time coming up, so I jumped onto there. So Kento's 5th with 156.8.
We've got 2 Kens there on the side. If you look at the standings,
it doesn't take much to confuse me anyway. So you got Ken and Ken.
Yeah.
I won't put a block on any of them. That was really poor, that wasn't it? Even for me, that was poor. So who's Ken Block going to race for? Just as we get into the exciting part of qualifying.
Oh, you can see BT up into 4th now. So he's adjusted.
Got himself together there. That's a pretty good adjustment. That fair play. Just getting used to it, I suppose. He's just getting used to the fact that it's interesting, shall we say?
as he drifts around that corner and he holds it.
Yeah, but that's probably the best way to drive this car. From what I'm not saying that from personal experience. I'm hopeless in this thing, but it's what most of the guys tend to say. If you're quite happy to let the rear end of a car fly around, a bit like driving a Caterham 620, I suppose, in other sorts of ways. It's if you're comfortable with your rear end flapping around a bit, then you'll be comfy in this car. And that's why most of the sort of... Oops.
He runs off there, though.
Sorry, we'll move off you now, mate. We'll give you some peace. So, what's happened here?
Let's take a look at G32, who's just got up into 4th place.
Rock's in there. Yeah, he started to get some... He did have a little spin a couple of laps back, I know that. So whether he went back in the pits and changed one or two things, I don't know. But... That was a bit of a wiggle.
That's actually super interesting what's going on here, because Ratek was earlier in 2nd, and he's down in 6th, so he's been overtaken by BTG32 and Kento.
Yeah.
So that's...
And he's normally done... I think Tony settled for that one.
Yeah, I think
he's obviously happy. There's only the guys that are out there. Well, Ratek's out there, so...
Well, Ratek, he's going to be wanting to get a better position, so he'll be putting the laps in. This will be a flying lap.
Considering what he did last time out in this, then you'd be expecting a little bit more from him, wouldn't you? You'd certainly be expecting a top 4 place, at least, I would have thought. But yeah, different tracks.
In the black and gold car there, the commentary car. We know that car well.
Kenny's got a bit closer. He got 153.6, but he's still nearly a second.
And BT was the 54, so he's done well.
I mean, that's a good number, that 911. Remember that. But so these are the only 2 that are out. So is Mark going to improve? Any moment. Yeah. No,
so it takes him to 4th. Takes him to 4th place. It's a bit higher than he was.
So, the top 2 here are looking. It looks like you got the top 2 at the moment. Typical. Just as I went to K. Like,
I got to say, I'm surprised. I'm surprised with Matsutsi in 8th place there.
Has he done that?
Yeah, you don't know if it's a tactical move or if he maybe just BT disconnected.
Bum.
Oh, he was doing so well as well. He has moved country, BT. He is now in South Africa, so his internet's not quite as good as it was.
Yeah, that's a sickener.
So that is a shame.
He did well as well, there. In all fairness, it's just a shame you can't do the same in this game as you can in ACC. He could instantly jump back in, start from the pits in ACC, and as much as you lose a bit of time, you don't lose. You haven't lost the whole race, which unfortunately for him, he has on this occasion. But he's still got. Well,
hopefully he's still around for the GT4s after.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's a bit annoying, but some things we can't control, unfortunately.
Anyways, it's still set to be a good race here. We've got Ali on pole, Kenny in 2nd, Ratek is 3rd now. And
so the top 2, there's, I think we're going to have 2 races here. The top 2 are going to pull away, I think, if qualifying's anything to go off. However,
I want to see what happens with Matsutsi there. I mean, usually in all these cars he's super quick, so I'm wondering if he's not going to have a bit of a race through the pack here.
Yeah, I think he's kind of thinking, you know what, I don't want to be involved in it at the start, because hasn't he had 1 or 2 bad experiences?
Unless he just hasn't been practicing over the holidays and he's a bit out of step.
I don't think you lose it, if I'm honest. Not that quickly, anyway.
He's been playing a lot of Call of Duty.
Yeah, well, you can't shoot anyone in this game. You can have a go, but it's probably not a good idea, if I'm honest. Everyone's good to go. That's the thing about that. That's fine. Rock and roll. Here we go.
And they're
then.
off.
2021 begins, as they say. Ali's got away. I was just trying to look back and see if I press the right button it would help. But let's have a look. He's already made up 2 spaces. That's where I wanted to go.
Yeah, so he's up into 5th now. Ooh, someone just spun off there. I think it's G32. He just goes to the back now.
Yeah, he did, but I don't think he got any damage in that.
So let's see.
Bit of a bummer in an 11-lap race. Doesn't give you a lot of time, but...
There's a couple changes happening there. Matsuti up into 4th now.
Yeah, that's what...
As he overtakes Kento. So yeah, he is working his way through the pack.
Yeah,
no, but he's got a mistake there. You know what it is? I'm wondering if it's not... He had wheel issues at the end of last year. He had problem with his gears. And...
what, double shifting, you mean?
No, I think he had some problem, but I think even his wheel was disconnecting from its, like the hooks or something was broken. So he had some serious wheel issues at the end of last year. And I wonder if he just hasn't repaired them yet, because it looked there like he was stuck in gear or something. It didn't look...
something went awry. Or,
didn't look right.
Or was it a case of when he went past, he might have gone slightly off track and they might have given him a slowdown penalty?
No, because the limits aren't on in these races.
Limits are not on, are they? Of course
so I think it's either his wheel came unattached or his gear got stuck, but that's something to watch out. That might explain why he didn't.
Looks a little bit like he was going a bit wide there. The driving looks a little bit.
Yeah.
I won't say erratic. It's not so much that.
So he's probably having some issues there, which is a pity for him, but doing okay.
Staying there, isn't he? So at the moment we've split up into like the front 5, and obviously we've got Rocket G32 Turbo just having a little battle a little further back for the moment.
Kento doing quite well there to hold on to the back of the guys.
Oh, he's gone. He's gone.
He just goes off there.
Didn't gain anything, in fairness. That's exactly where he was to begin with. Pretty much. Let's have a look at these two. You know this is going to be nip and tuck all the way through. You know that before we start, don't you?
We know that Kenny is ready to take that position away if any mistakes get made. So
they've had some good battles, to be fair, haven't they?
And Ratek not too far off the back of them either. So there's still a fight going here. And Kento in his first race ever in this series, and he's not too far off the back of Ratek either. So.
The perfect thing here.
There, mistake made by Ali, and Kenny is right there to capitalise, and he gets
Kenny
first
had already
place.
Taken that corner really, really narrow, and because he did,
I think he saw him going a bit wide. I think he was just waiting,
Ali's
and he's going to go try for a move there. Does he get it?
I think he got it. I think
they're neck and neck, side by side.
I didn't know whether, from the angle I was looking at, I wasn't sure whether he was, but Kenny's got the inside line, excuse me.
But he's going to cut back on him there.
Yeah, that's what I thought he might do, because all these
side
corners basically work together. Here we go, he's got to let him go.
And Ali's got him back there.
Yeah, to be honest, if you look at it, all those corners, they're all kind of part of the same, I know it's all part of the same circuit, but it's kind of all part of the same manoeuvre, if that makes sense. And
so each corner you're getting a little advantage depending on where you're sitting, and then it goes back to the next one.
Let's stick them up, shall we? Oh, what happened there? Something came up on my screen.
BT joined again, but obviously he'll only be able to spectate until the next race.
Yeah, but at least he's back in. Which is good.
But we can still see this battle going on here, and I think this battle could be slowing these two down, because there's Ratek closing that gap there. I was
going to say earlier. It's certainly going to help Mark. It's certainly going to help Ratek get close to them.
In other news there, Kento has fallen back to 6th. He's been overtaken by Matsuti and G32, so wonder if he had a spin or went off slightly, because remember, Tony had that spin right in the beginning.
Yeah, so he's got himself up from last. He's made up a couple of spots. Again, it's easy to do. These cars are so easy to lose. You race these cars on the edge, don't you?
Yeah.
In all fairness, it's the driving style that lends itself to these cars. That's why I struggle with them, because I prefer to have I know some people would argue, but I prefer to have a more smooth sort of style if I can actually
but let's
do
take
so.
a look at those leaders again, because they look super close,
aren't they? Suppose. Right, that's Kento and Tony. So those three have got a battle going on. Matsus is kind of betwixt and between. Oh,
yeah, he's struggling. Yeah. I think he's having wheel issues. I think every now and again
is he using a controller? Do you know, rather than his wheel? Do you know?
I'm not sure. I think usually when he gets like to the point where his wheel isn't working at all anymore, he sort of just retires.
Okay. I'm just wondering if he was trying to use a controller.
No, he would try his wheel first, I'm sure.
Yeah, more than likely.
But look at that battle there. You can see Kenny just holding on right onto the back, trying to get that slipstream. He's just following him exactly. And Ratek closing that gap.
Only 0.7 behind Kenny here. So,
I mean, if those two up front push too hard and take each other out, Ratek's there to clean up.
He's just going to be a phoenix rising through the flames, isn't he, at that point? Let's face it. But, hey, it's all fair in love and war, so they say. So you've got those three having a battle royale at the front. And obviously, Ratek will be just hoping. It's only 4 laps. We're only just a third the way through, just over. So, in all fairness, he just wants to make sure that they don't draft each other and pull themselves away from him. He just wants to try and keep.
The thing is that for him, he's lucky because they keep having those battles on those like corners where they go side by side. So.
Yeah, and in truth, like I say, all he needs to do is.
I think they're going to try again here. Look, yes, almost side by side.
Ali blocked it off. And the thing is, because the cars are quite close in colour between red. Ali's lost it. Oh, they both followed each other.
It's things like that. That's going to be what determines if Ratek can catch them or not.
The thing is, that's going to put a bit of extra heat into the tyres, so it's going to be a bit awkward for them. Not massively noticeable, but cornering if the tyre temps have just gone up a bit because of a slight spin or...
That last corner is pretty awesome on this track. It's such a fast corner.
It is. As long as you're not in a super fast car, it's a full send corner, isn't it? If you're in a super fast car, you can't really do it in total abandon. And I'm sorry, I just got disturbed there very nicely by my wife bringing in a huge piece of chocolate cream cake. Sorry.
Nice reward.
In the meantime, I don't know what for yet. So she probably just sprayed it with, I don't know, COVID vaccine or something. But no, like I say, Mark's got himself back into. At one point, they pulled away a little bit, and
They did, but I think it's just those little bits where they're making a slight mistake, or it's also when they get to those parts with the lots of twisty corners, when one of them goes up the inside, it's almost like blocking the other guy. So he's not going to be able to take his line he really wanted, which slows you down a bit in that section. Whereas Ratek, he's just far enough away that he can still sort of take the lines he wants to take.
All he needs to do, easier said than done I know, but all he needs to do is just try and stay in contention, or stay close as much as he can, and then if a mistake occurs between these two battling, then he's the worst thing for him would be to drop off and something happen and think, you know what, if I'd been there I could have taken advantage of that. So there's still everything to play for as we approach. Well, we're probably just about into the halfway, 5.5 laps, nearly into 6. But we kind of split up into 3 little packs. So we've kind of lost Roy off the back a little bit, and I know it's not his favourite car, and he does struggle in this one. You
can see there where they're trying to get the guy behind not to slipstream him down the straight.
Oh yeah, they're doing everything possible to try and break that toe, aren't they? Can't blame them. It is. But sometimes I wonder if that's actually counterproductive, because are you losing pace yourself by...
Because you're turning on a straight. You should just be going straight.
Yeah, and it's... but is your loss sort of, to a certain extent, is the net result actually you're both going slower, but you actually gain a bit, but it doesn't look like it, does it? Because Kenny's right up his backside, for want of better words. Ratek went a bit wide there, so he's lost a bit of ground. But, like I say, anything can happen.
He's still within striking range.
Yeah, and like I say, you've got a little battle going on. I won't move away from these two for a minute. To be honest, it'd be hard to move away from them at all, because they're going to be close together all the way through.
But with G32 and Kento,
yeah,
they look,
that's what I was looking at.
A bit of a battle. Matsutsi's dropped back into 6th with his problems he's been having, whatever it is.
Definitely something there, isn't there?
You can just see a couple corners here. Kenny looks a little bit faster through them.
Yeah, and Ali's obviously again
feeling the pressure. I think.
Yeah, whether it's just a natural thing or whether it's a bit tactical, there's nothing against it, even if it is. But he might just be.
That's the closest anyone's ever been to Ali during COVID. So he's he's panicking. Yeah. He hasn't been that close.
Social distancing. Yeah. That's why he's trying to move away on the straight. Move over. Say, stay thee away from me, or words to that effect. But no, I think. Oh,
just runs it slightly wide there.
But he probably hasn't lost a lot from it. But yeah, these two are pulling right away now. There's a three.
Just a little love tap there.
Has that cost? No, it didn't.
I think it almost did. I think Kenny had a bit of a scare there.
Better view from that.
Seems to have helped Ali a little bit though. I think Kenny lost out more with that contact than what Ali did.
Yeah, usually the car behind, obviously the car in front gets a little shove for one, so it gets a bit of extra inertia, and plus the car that's behind has probably been braking while the other car's possibly been accelerating. This is quite a weird view. It's quite broad, but it's I actually find this a weird view. Don't know what your thoughts are on it, but it's kind of weird.
I'm not a massive fan of the third-person view. We've lost Matsutsi's. I think he's probably quit because of whatever that issue was. That's what I'm thinking.
He might message. I mean, this is probably what you'd call a TV view, isn't it?
Yeah, this is like an onboard cam almost, like a roof cam.
It's like what I call television view. That's supposed to be bonnet cam, but you can't see the bonnet because there's really much of it. That is, well, yeah, whatever. Then that's supposed to be on board, and this is drunk cameraman, otherwise known as trackside. As they come flying around here, yeah, like I say, they pulled that out to 5 seconds.
Let's take a quick look at that other battle going on though with G32 and Kento. Those guys have been going at it for a while there.
Yeah, there had a good little tete-a-tete going there, I think, between them.
Definitely a good show there from Kento on his first go.
But that's one thing that I like. As long as I don't care where I finish, as long as I have a battle with somebody.
Did we miss something? Like we go for a second, Kenny's in the lead.
Sod's law, that, isn't it? I mean, typical. We've been watching him for hours, and then
now they make a big change.
Yeah, Ali's coming back. Switch back. No, he didn't. He went too wide to be able to do.
They just don't want the cameras off of them in this one. That's the thing.
It's like right, but this is going to favour Kenny now, isn't it? Unless Ali gets right across, which he managed to do. He managed to get enough. It didn't look it from the angle that he had like a full car. I think that was a bit of a tap as well there. But again, they're always going to benefit the car in front.
Yeah. And you can see they've both pulled a bit of a gap now on Ratek, whether he made a mistake somewhere along the lines or not.
I think it's a case that these two are fighting hard now. They're not actually hindering each other. They're almost drafting each other.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's pulled them away. Let's look at the times. 52.6, 52.4. No, they're faster than the qualifying times.
And they're side by side again. I mean, most of this race is side by side.
So I think they're both getting the benefit of drafting each other.
Is this the fast corner now? Where are they?
Theoretically, just a race between
Yeah, this is that final corner. Anyway. This is... I'd love to see them both. I don't think they've gone around that corner side by side yet. That would be a good good one to see.
The racing line, I think the person on the inside coming around that corner would be the loser, because I don't think you can go flat out unless they move over from out to in, which I think would be difficult to do.
Even the outside though, if you got someone on your inside, you would have to be careful not to run it wide.
That's what I'm saying. That's because the person on the outside would be fine. They're full throttle all the way. No, it doesn't matter if they run a little wide. There's nobody on their outside. But if you're the inside guy, you basically have got the onus is on you not to hit the guy outside you. So you're under a bit more pressure. You're under a bit more. I suppose your activity is curtailed somewhat by the person being outside you. But again,
so are you taking notes now, watching this for your race after in the GT4s?
No. No, not at all. I don't think I'll be in that position, but then again, I did alright last time, so we've all done alright actually, to be fair to us.
Oh, we had some decent
races. It'd be hilarious
races.
If commentary car could win the championship. That'd be funny as hell. But we probably won't, but we're not doing badly.
I think Kenny is going to make it difficult for us. He's also had a very good run.
Yeah, true. I've yet to find a car that he's crap in, actually.
Yeah, I don't think one exists.
No, I'm still trying to search. See, I think
a car that doesn't have any wheels would probably slow him down a little.
Yeah, probably not much though. See, I think what Kenny wants to do. I mean, we're lap 9 now. We're coming into the end of lap 9. We're going to have 2 laps left. He probably wants, if everything goes...
First of all, he can apply the pressure from the back.
Yeah.
He can use the draft.
Perfect thing is to draft and get past on 11, isn't it?
Exactly.
That's the perfect scenario.
Wait for the moment.
Yeah.
Whilst applying the pressure on the guy ahead of you. Like he is there with that love tap.
Again, I know it's easier said than done, but the perfect thing... Ali's not brake checking him. All Ali is doing is just not stepping on the throttle straight away, which he's perfectly entitled to do. There you go, look at those 2 lap times, 152.040, 152.080. They're drafting each other all the way round, and that's why they've left Mark for dead.
Yeah.
That's why they've left Ratek for dead. It's not that his last lap he probably did have a little slip because it was 57.4. So there's obviously been a little bit of something there. I just got a notification come up on my screen, so we'll have a nice little black thing coming up in a minute. Oh no, it's alright, it's not on mine, is it? Good. Because I've stopped them coming through when Kenny's having a look. He's got the line.
Good move there up the inside again.
Can he hold it?
But we've seen that so many times now, and then Ali takes him back. But is it going to happen this time?
This is where
Ali's having a look.
Yeah.
He's got him again.
He caught the curb. But that's the thing. The minute that other person's front wheels are past your rears, which is right at the back of these cars anyway, the minute they've got that, you've got to yield. And that's how you're supposed to do it. How many times do you see people in that sort of position and the other guy just turns into him and goes, oh, that's how it's supposed to be done. If the other person has got their front wheels past your rear wheels, level with them or past them, then you have to give them space. It's what you got to do.
Yeah, I know this is very good racing up front here. I can see the other guys have all split a little bit. There's not such a battle between G32 and Kento as there was.
Kenny again.
But these guys, basically from lap 1, this has been the story.
I think that was preordained, wasn't it? I think we knew what was going to happen, didn't we? Certainly as far as those two are concerned. Everybody else, we weren't sure. If it went to form, then Ratek or Carlo, obviously if Carlo didn't have problems. Again, having Bailey in would have been interesting.
Yeah, he got a good qualifying. I mean, he qualified 3rd, didn't he?
Yeah,
so
3rd or 4th, I think. So
that would have been good to see. But you can see that Ali made a mistake now. Or was that Kenny? No, Kenny made the mistake.
Yeah, Kenny, that was. So Ali's pulled away now. That's
unless Ali has a spin here, he's got this one.
It's his win. And I suppose it came to a point where Kenny probably had to gamble a bit. Sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't. But he left it until the last lap. The worst he could do was be second.
Yeah.
So,
but
you got to try.
I mean, if you look at the entire race, there wasn't really any mistakes made. So pity he made his mistake on that last lap. But good going. It was a good race.
But he made Ali work for it, and that's all you want to do, isn't it? You want to make somebody work.
And good job, Ali. This is
give a shout out for Mark Quirty for Mr. Smith there.
Great showing from Ali right now.
Yeah.
To take his win.
Well done. Usual flash of lights.
Let's take a look at Radtech, wherever he is right now.
Where is he? We can see on the thing. He's just coming around.
He's finishing in third place there. G32.
He flashes at us as well. Is that allowed these days?
Where's G32?
Drunk cameraman.
He's coming around that final corner, is he?
Thinking,
yeah, final corner here.
Yay. Comes in, takes fourth place. To be honest, after the first couple of corners, I think he'd have taken
he had a spin on the first lap, I think. So that was a good job there, good recovery.
But again, lap times, like I know I said this before, his lap times tend to be better in the race than they are in quali anyway, once he gets to grips with the car. And
Kento on his first race of the series did a good job as well. So
again, I'd certainly showed that he's got pace. Again, I think it's just a case of getting used to the handling of these cars. That's what I think has done for him. In all fairness.
Let's just see Roy come and finish the race now.
And like I say, again from his perspective, I know he's not a lover of these in terms of they don't handle in the way that for a car that he likes particularly, and I sympathise with him there because I'm a little bit in the same boat to a certain extent. I find the two cars chalk and cheese. Although lap times are pretty similar for both cars, they're just achieved in a very different way.
I think sometimes the lap times are even quicker in this car, actually.
Yeah,
which is surprising. That surprised me a bit.
I suppose you look at the aerodynamics of it; it's open, isn't it?
Yeah, and I suppose it's a lot lighter, I guess.
Yeah, it's you know what? I don't even know what the weight of it is, but yeah, it has to be. It's basically a chassis, a few springs, some wheels, and a couple of seats chucked on it. Pretty much, isn't it?
So Roy goes on to finish
going down
the race.
To Tesco and do your shopping in that. Considering it's supposed to be a road car.
Put it on the passenger seat.
Yeah, it's like, sorry love, you're going to have to walk home. That's just the way it is, I'm afraid.
Cool, so I'm just saving the replay.
Again, look at those lap times. Kenny's best lap was 52.038. Ali's 52.0. Their respective best laps. And I wouldn't be surprised to say that they probably both had a hand in each other's fast laps. But in all fairness, Radtech got a 52.8 in there as well, in all fairness, so I think that was...
It was a good race.
That was pretty good.
Exciting.
I think that was damn good fun. It was.
So now on to the GT4s.
Yay! This is where I get to do my stuff. My God, I haven't raced in this game for a while. That's my excuse. I'm getting them in early. If in doubt, get the excuses in now. I forgot what number car I'm in. I'm being a knob.
It's I think it's 82, isn't it? It's the second green car.
Yeah, it's the second one, not the first one, isn't it? I think.
Yeah, because Kenny's the first one.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I always get confused between. There's three of us in green cars. Why is there three of us?
Yeah, Roy will change to his blue one in a moment. There he goes.
How's it going, gentlemen?
Yeah, looked like a good race. You did well in the beginning there. Dropped off a little near the end, but that was a good battle.
They were drafting each other after that, and that just took them away from you.
Yeah, I just couldn't hold the pace. I had a 360 as well coming out of a corner, which then after that it was just kind of hold pace, and hope for them guys to make a mistake fighting each other. But
Kenny made one in the last lap, but it wasn't a monumental one. It was he had to try and do something.
So I'm just reading here, Carlo did have issues with his wheel. That was the problem.
Yeah.
He says his wheel's messed up and it's not working.
You saw that right from the beginning.
Yeah.
I think that's why he started last, just in case he was a bit wiggly and all over the place. And it looked like he was struggling.
That's a shame, because he's usually pretty quick in these cars. I hope he gets that sorted soon, because it's affected a couple of his last races he's done.
What wheel has he got? What's he got?
I don't actually know.
29 or?
We'll have to find out, but...
if he's got a PC, it might be worth him trying to plug it in and...
I don't know if it's... I had a feeling it was his mounting or something. It kept coming off or something like that. That's what I thought it was. I might be wrong.
It's not the physics of the wheel itself. It's
that jogs a memory now. I think he's got the Thrustmaster and it's the usual clamp issue.
Yeah.
Underneath it, the threads normally get a bit worn on them.
Oh no, because you've got a metal holding piece. I can't say the word for it. You've got the metal screw, if you like, or the metal bolt, but the thread of the clamp is, well, the clamp is plastic, isn't it? So obviously, if you over-thread the item and tighten it up too much, then the metal's just going to work through the plastic and therefore iron out the thread. Basically, you won't have any thread.
I just want to see here. I think Kento, I put him rather in the team with Roy, because Roy's teammate was obviously Hugh, who hasn't been able to race with us for quite a while. So Roy basically hasn't had a teammate this season. So I don't know if Kento wants
to have a friend.
Yeah, I don't know if Kento wants to join him rather for that. Let's just see.
What number would that be? Let me just have a quick look.
I think it would Mr. QWERTY. If you are watching this, Mark, why the hell aren't you driving instead of bloody watching, mate?
I think it's 11. Let me just double check.
Unless you've got a race after.
11. Okay.
Put it in the chat. Let me know. I'm assuming you probably got a race at 8 o'clock, but
it's 10. 10 for him. Sorry, because Roy is 11.
Okay. Just sent him a message. He should change that very shortly.
Yeah, I just thought we'd get a couple of our guys that lost some of their teammates to actually get teammates, because Roy's been going solo the whole series.
There we go.
There you go.
Yeah. I mean, it's always good to do it with somebody else.
Yeah. Otherwise we just got like one team with two teammates every time.
I think my wife's taking a piss. She's just giving me a can of John Smith's extra smooth.
Right.
You can't drink and drive, love. I told you. It's against the law.
So let's
anyway,
get this
I shall
started.
Bid you, good evening.
Yeah, we'll let you get sorted.
Best of luck.
I will make an attempt at driving. If I can press the right button, I can actually leave this party. But if I don't, I won't. You could be stuck with me. Which is a fate worse than death, I'm sure. No worries. Have fun, gentlemen. And I shall try not to crash too often.
Awesome,
enjoy.
Man. Good luck.
See you in a bit.
So how was that for you, Mark?
It was good. It was good to be back in the car after a break over the Christmas period, holiday season that we've all had. Really enjoyed this track. I was never a fan of it, but it really is a driver's track. I struggled on a couple of corners. The second to last one, tight right before you come over the brow.
Yeah,
really was pushing wide.
Those couple
there.
of turns are difficult.
Yeah, but no, it's good to be up on the pace of the back of the likes of Ali and Kenny to start with. I was dropping off.
Ali had pace from the beginning, from those qualifying laps. Jeez, that was. We were worried no one was going to catch him.
I thought I'd put in a solid lap, and then saw his time come up, and it kind of demoralised me a little bit.
Even BT, for someone who just jumped in this series now, he was setting fast laps as well. Yeah,
shame about the disconnection that he got.
So obviously he's changed country, so he's on different internet now, so it's not quite as solid, I think, as what he used to have. So he might get DC issues in some of the races we do, but I hope he stays in this one.
Hopefully, yeah. I say he always puts in a solid performance when he's turned up in any of the different championships that we've run.
Yeah.
He always seems to be able to find a good pace with any car. See how some of the other guys...
I'll pretend I taught him. I taught him everything he knows.
It's hard to believe when he's in a different country there, mate. You know what I mean? He's... I know he's back in your home.
In the genes, man. It's
Yeah, I mean, even G32 in that last race, he was the first few laps he was keeping up, and I felt the pressure from him.
He had a spin on that first lap, I think, in the other cars, but he managed to do a decent performance to come back to. I think he came fourth in that last one.
Yeah.
But I think, if my memory serves me correctly, he tends to do a little bit better in this class than he does in the road class.
Yeah,
so,
I think it does suit his style of driving a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah. I think for me as well, but I mean, I only did that road car in the serious rain when I used it in the one race. So far, the GT4 has been better to me than the road car has.
Yeah, and I forgot how much you can actually throw that road car around.
Yeah, you can.
Obviously, it was different for you in the rain, but for me, I was driving it really smooth and cautiously, and then the last couple of laps, I've really been able to play with, and catch a slide and stuff, which, from a driver's point of view, I enjoy that quite a lot.
It makes it more fun. It's you on the edge the whole time.
Yeah.
So nobody's set the lap yet.
I think BT
was one of the first guys out, so wherever he is on track will be sort of the guys about to set lap. This must be the last couple of turns.
It is quite a long lap, this track, isn't it?
It is.
Was it 150s, 152s to 154s with a...
Did he just have a bit of a spin there? That'll hurt him if he did. Final corner now, I think, is this one. Long sweeping corner. Okay, let's see what time he gets from this.
Must admit, some of them curbs can snag you out quite a lot. There's quite a lip on them. I don't know how stable these cars would be over, but...
So is that Kento? Is that Kento up there with a 213?
I'll just check. Yeah, it is, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so he's on a 213, BT with a 157, and Ali with a 154. So Ali leading in the qualifying right now like he was in the other one. He actually got a faster time, Ali, I think, in the road car. He was like, wasn't it like a 152 or something stupid?
152, yeah, I saw that pop up. So I think there's more time to come out of this car yet from Ali.
That must be Kenny with a 154 as well. So both of those guys back on the pace. G32 with a 227. I think he made a mistake somewhere there, maybe.
Roy there, Rock banging in 155.
So another example of someone I think who's been doing a lot better in the GT4s than he has in the road cars is Rock. That's right up there, 155. That'll be a... I mean, if he can keep doing that, there's G32 just making a mistake.
And that's another corner where it can catch you out. It's just coming over that.
I think it's all those curbs. There's a couple curbs and things there that can catch you.
Yeah. You can't take it too tight because you catch the curb on the inside and that can spin you. And you can't go out wide because that'll
also spin
throw you out, doesn't it? Yeah. It's one of them corners that you've got to kind of get precise. And I found sometimes that you even know that you're not going to make the corner carrying speed as you enter the corner. You know what I mean? You can really judge it.
But Rock looking solid here in this car.
So BT
in first. Wow, 153. And Ali also betted his time with a 153, but that wasn't good enough.
So Kenny shouldn't be too far away. Is he at a spin? Why was he not in shot?
He must be crossing the line now.
There we go.
But I don't think... he did. He 152. So these guys not playing around here. They're setting the fast times right now.
Yeah. Good to see BT, though, banging straight in the mix there.
I wonder if Rock, I think, was getting to the end of the lap again as well. So he probably will... I wonder if he's going to set a faster time than what he previously had. So he was 155. He is 154. So they're all bettering their times here.
They shed a little bit of fuel. I know I went out there with full race fuel on for qualifying.
I usually do that. It gives you a good feeling of how the car is going to handle. Ooh, just that's going on the inside, catching that inside curb there.
Just lifting the car there and giving him that spin, but he's dived back to the pits. See how Kento's going on. This is his first time out in these cars, isn't it?
Well, he did a good job in that road car. He had a good battle for a while. I think he made a mistake that just dropped him a little bit back, but he managed to keep up with a couple of the packs during the last race. It's obviously going to take him a moment to get to grips with the cars, but I think he's going to do well.
Just betters his time slightly there, 157, so that's fully respectable for first time out. Let's check Motormouth, see how he's getting on in the commentary car.
Yeah, he's got to do us proud here. We've actually had a decent series so far in that car, the three of us.
Yeah, it's kind of working out okay so far, but let's not curse ourselves too much.
It's a new year, anything can happen now. I still think you guys have got to each take a win at least now. I can't be the only one to have taken a win in that car.
I know I would definitely struggle in that car for taking a win. I enjoy it, but it's not totally for my driving style. Some of the other guys would have to have some major misfortune.
Yeah,
but
well,
you know,
that's how you win. That's how I won.
Yeah. So what you're saying is we're here to pick up the scraps.
That's exactly what we're doing in this car. You just got to be ready for anything.
Keep it solid, keep it on the track, and reap the rewards from others' misfortunes. But Motormouth looking solid there. He's keeping it under control. He's matching the time of Kento, 157. A couple of the guys in the pits there, so they're happy with where their starting position is.
Motormouth is a similar sort of time there as Kento. So is he going to do a better one here? Kento actually does a better one as well. He's up to a 155, so a lot closer now to Roy. Is G32 out on track as well? I think he
he's just bettered his time. I think he's finished for qualifying now.
He's gone to the pit. So It'll just be motor mouth then, I think.
Sometimes I always like being last out on track, and you're doing a better lap that's coming up on your delta, and you just think, how far can I push up the order now? And
I always feel guilty because I feel like I'm holding the lobby back.
Oh no, I'm out there. I'm everybody watch me, watch this.
Yeah.
But Momo just creeps in front of Kento there, so he just did better his lap time.
Just
but still
ever
close
so slightly,
times,
and close to Roy as well. So I mean, there's sort of two packs there of guys. It'll be an interesting one to watch, I think. Looks like we've still got everyone here. Obviously just not Matsutsi, who was having the wheel issues, why he didn't join this race. But yeah, let's hope there's no one disconnects in this one and we finish with the same amount of people that started.
Yeah. Full respect to BT there, slotting it into second place. Yeah.
In his first run in these cars.
First outing in these cars.
I mean,
what are we on 11 laps?
Was he third in the last qualifying when he disconnected? I think he was third.
He was, yeah. He was third, yeah.
So top three for both qualifyings, both first time in both cars.
And he's made it this far because I think before it already kicked him out, hadn't it? So hopefully.
His teammate, actually, Davy, was supposed to be in this one and the earlier race, but I don't know, he said last minute he couldn't make it. We were supposed to actually have 10 drivers tonight.
Yeah, a couple of guys having different issues, wasn't there, I think?
Yeah.
One seemed to be not quite ready with the setup of his
building
rig.
his wheel.
Yeah, I think he'd had a new one. I think that's how it come across. So be good to see him out on track once he gets all settled up with the new rig. Engines revving. Kenny with a good. I don't think BT's had a good start there. He seems to be getting swamped.
He's bogged down a little bit.
Yeah. Kenny's up and away there. Ali in second place.
Scott said last minute gamble. I wonder what that means. I wonder if he's made some last minute changes to his car.
Big setup changes just to... I must admit I made a few setup changes between qualifying and the actual race. Seemed to improve it.
You can see Kenny is just... I mean, look at the gap he's pulled already. Kenny is motoring right now. Ali up into second. BT manages to hold on to like top three there, even with his
poor start. But he's not too far behind Ali, is he? So he's still in the race. He hasn't lost it all on the start.
Kento slotted in there behind his new teammate there. It's quite nice to see two of those blue cars now. I mean, we're used to just seeing Roy by himself the whole time. So I'm glad that we've got someone now to team up with him.
Then you got Motormouth for G32.
Yeah, it's a bit of a pity that Tarmac's not around for this one. That's usually G32's teammate.
Put the front. Kenny's maintaining that gap, isn't he, of around 2 seconds.
He's looking solid now. I think I don't know if Ali will have the pace to catch him, but Ali will be hoping, I think, that Kenny just makes a mistake or two. You just see BT ran it very wide there on the exit.
Oh, just bear with us while the cameraman, he likes that bank for some reason, but yeah, you can see Rock applying some pressure now to BT, can't you? BT, as you say, just ran a little wide, lost a bit of speed down that straight, but
obviously Rock a bit more experienced in these cars. We know that BT can set the quick times, but can he do it consistently? is the question.
It's quite a good group of cars, this midfield, these four cars. I think G32 is not too far.
Kento and Motormouth having a good... I'd just say that Motormouth...
well out wide.
Yeah.
Ooh,
it's overtaken by G32 as well.
Just lost a lot of speed there out on the dirty part of the... Well, it's out of bounds of the track, but...
Still, it's a good three-car battle
still in the
there.
mix, yeah.
Rock just overtook BT.
Yeah, it's neck and neck with them two. BT tight to the inside. Good move up the inside.
He holds it as well, side by side. This is the section where we saw Kenny and Ali in the previous race. They were having an epic change of positions on this section.
It's a good part of the circuit, isn't it? Because there's that many different tighter corners where inside outside it really plays, doesn't it? And
so I mean, BT holds on to it. Hey, that was a good risk and reward, I suppose.
Roy just going out a little bit wide, but I mean, you could see that them two, they give each other plenty of room as well on track. You know what I mean? It wasn't like a late lunge, and
Roy is always usually very aware of what's around him as well. He doesn't usually risk it too much, and he knows if people are gonna take a look as well.
Oh, just
makes
clipped
a
the
mess
grass
there. I think did he hit the curb there that threw him to the inside?
I think, he got a slight drift going into the corner and caught the inside, and then as soon as you get on the grass, it just stepped out too much. But that's
a shame
BT
for him.
with no pressure.
Put Rock right to the back now. But he might be able to fight those guys there at the back again.
So Motormouth's caught back up to the rear end of Kento there, so he's applying some pressure to him now. If I was Motormouth, I'd put my lights on.
You see, I don't do that. I never put my lights on.
You got to put your lights on, mate.
No, man, it's too much to think about. I'm trying not to crash the whole time. How do I find my lights in that chaos?
Up at the front, you can see Ali's still keeping in that 2-second window, so he's not being able to make massive grounds into Kenny's lead, is he? But he's holding place.
I think, Kenny just got off to such a great start that, I mean, all he has to do is just keep going quick and no one will catch him. But, we'll see. Because the lap time's not too far off from those front two. See, Motormouth looks like he's making a move there.
Just caught a bit too much inside the curb.
Because he was on that inside. I was speaking to him earlier about that inside. I think if you went side by side on that final turn, the inside you got to be careful not to overshoot and hit the guy on the outside. But then also if you're on the outside, I would say you got to be careful because you don't want to run it off into the dirt there on the outside. Ooh, Motormouth makes a mistake there, same as what Rock did earlier.
Everyone avoids him, so that's not too bad. Rock just comes through. So that's taking the pressure off Kento a little bit now. Scroll from the front, check on Kenny.
He's looking
not
smooth,
putting the foot wrong, it's totally smooth, isn't he? And
I mean, he's not got the pressure of anyone, so he's already a quick guy. He just doesn't have any pressure of anyone fighting him right now, so all he has to think about is to do what he does best, put in the quick laps. Ali also doing well here.
I mean, this is what they need going into Thursday night's endurance races. Obviously, this is their qualifying position for that race, so
it is pretty important.
I think BT will be more than happy with a third place finish at the moment.
Well, we're only on lap 4. Don't get ahead of yourself. 4 out of 11.
I mean, like, I checked the laps when I was in the race, and I think I checked it on about lap 5. But the last few laps really just disappeared.
They did. It seemed to take a long time to get to, like, sort of where we are now in this race. But, I mean, the last couple, like 3 or 4 laps, it was, I barely noticed that they were going each time, you know. I checked, it was like 5th lap and then 11th lap. And I went, oh, okay. But, no, it's looking like everyone's sort of spaced out now.
So
I think where would the fight be? G32 ahead of Kento.
Ahead of Kento, so that one, he slipped past him there, so whether Kento just made a slight mistake or G32's got some good pace. His lap time was looking strong on the last one.
Also, Rock's lap a little bit slower there. I wonder if he has made some more mistakes, because he was faster than that earlier. Problem sometimes as well is if you've had a spin and then you're trying to catch guys and you're pushing too hard, sometimes you make more mistakes.
Yeah, you can generate a bit too much heat in tyre temperature and stuff, which alters the feeling of the car. And plus dirt out on the track, I always think it takes at least half a lap to get a good feeling back in the car again if you've been off track anywhere.
Yeah. I love the shape of these cars. There's just something about these cars. They just look awesome.
Yeah.
I think it's very unique. I think that's why I like it. There's not, like, I don't look at it and think it looks like any other kind of car. Like, I'll always look at other cars and say, oh, that looks a bit like they've taken it from that car, you know, like they all sort of have similarities. And oh, I see what they've done there. They've sort of used that from that. But this car is just, there's nothing I can really compare it to that looks close enough.
No, definitely would agree with you there. You can't even say like it's a mixed match of, you know, a bit of Ferrari and a bit of Lamborghini.
No,
it's
nothing.
It's definitely got a character of its own.
I suppose the only place it comes close to anything is engine-wise, because I believe it uses an Audi engine.
Yeah.
And it's very like box shape at the back. It's like very just like flat. They spent all the effort in the front. They didn't do anything to the back. They were just like, oh, we'll leave it. It's fine. People only look at it from the front.
They run out of money. You can see it's totally open. It's probably a lot to do with cooling, isn't it?
Losers don't deserve to see anything nice anyway. You know, if you're seeing it from the back.
Yeah.
But
see, Ali's dropped a little bit away from Kenny now.
He has. He's I don't know. He might have just made a mistake. But
BT's
Kenny also looks like
BT's not too far off the back. Yeah. So Ali's had a bit of maybe a half spin or something there that we've missed, but.
I think so, because BT's in a 154s. Ali's lap before this was a 156, so he's just set a 155 this lap. Previous was a 156. So I wonder if he's just struggled a bit, maybe went in the grass or something. G32 also on a 154, so he's also doing quite well there.
As they've gone into it, they seem to have just upped their pace slightly, haven't they, and found more of a stable rhythm. think everyone's below the 2-minute marker now.
Apart from Roy, he's struggling now. I mean, he was setting faster laps in the beginning. So I wonder if he's picked up damage or something, because that's very odd. Because it's a couple laps now he's been in the 158s.
Nothing visual to the exterior of the car, but it's not to say that you've got damage. You haven't got damage anywhere, is it?
Yeah, I mean, he could have just got suspension damage or something, which wouldn't necessarily be visible.
So yeah, you got, BT's not too far away from Ali, so whether he's got enough time to I think he's closed a little bit on this lap, hasn't he?
He's got a good couple laps to go. I mean, in the last race, Kenny went for a move on the last lap and he made a mistake on the last lap. So, I mean, it can come right down to that last lap,
See G32 and Kenny into shot as well, so...
Kento,
sorry, yep. Too many Kens.
Yeah,
too many Kens on there.
We had that issue earlier in qualifying with the previous class. Couldn't tell which Ken was which.
Just check in on the leader, but I'm sure he's keeping a nice smooth rhythm there.
To be honest, he's pulled quite a gap. He could probably have a half spin and still come out in first.
Just banging in them 152s. He's like a machine, isn't he? When he gets into a zone.
The thing is, especially like this now, because he can do those laps. It's not like he's not going out of his way necessarily. He could comfortably probably sit with the 154s and 153s just on average. And he's got no one around him now applying the pressure. So
BT, Ali's behind, sorry, just to interrupt, but I just
made a mistake there somewhere and BT's gotten through.
G32's not too far behind either. So.
No, he's also been putting in some solid laps. And Kento is right behind him as well. He's sort of using him, I think, to tow his way through.
Yeah, bit of tow down the straights and Ali flashing his lights.
I know those Italians have got their methods there.
He's hungry for that place back.
Takes an interesting line through that section too while he's flashing.
It's going to have him on the switchback. BT's going to have a good run around that corner.
But BT's been showing he doesn't back down on these corners. He'll go for that move. He's done it a couple times.
Ali having a look on the inside. That's a good move.
I think he
holds
just
BT out to dry, doesn't he? But
but he just had to turn
twitch.
too tight, I think, and that little twitch from how tight he had to turn just slowed him back down again. I think this battle's going to be whoever makes the first mistake is going to not be second.
And I mean, like from attitude of the car, you've got to say that Ali comes across like he's a little bit kind of frustrated at the moment. Just he's hungry to get that position back, where BT seems to be just smooth. And
although I mean, I think if Ali goes for a move, BT's going to answer right back. He's been answering back most of the time here on some of these corners. We saw earlier when he got that move on Roy. So he's also hungry.
I think this is going to be a drag down this straight into that first corner. This first section of the track is where they're going to be.
Well, let's see what Ali does here. Remember, last last lap he took that weird line through there, which I think wasn't exactly the line he should have taken, but let's see what happens here.
BT's up on the inside. He's looking for that inside corner. Just has to drop him behind him, but he's still there.
He might try and go tight. He does. He comes back tight. Going to go up the inside.
I think BT's going to carry more straight speed down this straight.
Yeah, but he's being blocked. Looking. Check. Ali comes across just to keep him back.
The master of racecraft is Ali, isn't it? We remember that from a couple of races.
Ali is so difficult to get past, I know from experience. He can make that car as wide as a boat, like a big ship.
BT's loving a look though.
I think if BT can keep with him until the twisty section, that's where BT will be able to make a move. There's just something Ali does where he almost like he slows you down a bit in the corner. Like you carry a lot of speed from behind and it doesn't slow him down, but it's like you have to hit the brakes, or even if you knock into the back of him, it just slows you down enough that he like gets a bit of a gap, and then you got to go catch him again. Yeah. And it's a very tough race when you got to keep doing that all the time.
We're coming on to the last lap, so this is going to be a one lap shootout between these guys. Oh, BT just runs wide there.
I think he's held on to it though. He's managed to still keep in the race. Ali just trying to throw him off the slipstream there.
You see G32 in the background. He'll just be waiting to reap penny rewards.
He's hoping for two people to make mistakes. That's what he's hoping for.
Yeah.
It's everything or nothing right now for these two. That's a good line through for BT. It's right on the back of him again. Carried some speed
through there, yeah.
But it's that same thing. That's what I was saying earlier. You get to that point in the corner and then you're right behind Ali and you can't. It slows you down. You got to hit those brakes hard.
Yeah. See BT just switching up his style of attack though, which is good because you keep it the same and Ali can work out where you're going to be all the time. So you've got to trick him at his own game, if you know what I mean, haven't you?
Yeah. See, he goes very wide
there. He runs wide.
He's made a mistake. So BT up the inside. I wonder if he might have been a little too focused on what was behind him, maybe.
Just missed the braking point and ran it a bit too wide, carried a bit too much speed, so...
This is right to the end now. Kenny, I think, with an obvious win there. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see as much of him as maybe we should have, but the battle has been here for second place.
Good race between these two guys.
Is he flashing or braking down that straight? It looked like those were brake lights coming on.
I think he's just flashing his brake lights at him to say good race. They've both enjoyed that one.
It was good from them too. So G32 also over Kento over the line in 5th place. Let's see where Rock is. I wonder what happened to him because he was off to a great start. I think something went wrong with his car there because he seems to have been setting solid 158s for the rest of the race.
Yeah.
He got a 156 there though.
And
Motormouth in the pits. He must have pitted earlier. He must be a couple laps behind.
It was a good race, and that's what we've seen with these cars. We've always
Super
had,
close.
Some of the guys having awesome battles. It's good to be back out on track into the 21 season.
Yeah, 2021. That sounds strange to say.
It does. see the best lap there, Kenny, 1:52. So going into Thursday night, if he's pulling them all day long, he's going to be the guy to beat.
So I wonder, I mean, if he pitted there, I wonder if it was the last minute gamble that threw Scott off there.
Yeah, maybe fuel or something like that. Or
looks, I've just read something from him there. It looks like he's had a couple issues during that race.
Right.
But anyways, so that was a good one. I think that was a good start to this, or restart to the same season as what we're doing in 2020.
Yeah, definitely is. And we'll be back on Thursday night, won't we, with the endurance race?
And there might be some rain in that one. They were lucky today when I spun the weather wheel. It was just cloud, no rain. But there could be rain on Thursday. We don't know yet.
Tell you the truth, coming into this night, I totally forgot even what weather choices there could have been. I just, you just kind of like think, yeah, it's going to be a dry race. Yep, that's fine. so, yeah, something to always bear in mind, isn't it?
Next time it could be ice. Who knows? Anyways, guys, thanks for watching the stream. We've enjoyed racing again. It's been like an entire month, I guess, since our last race. We obviously had a couple fun little things between. If you guys have checked out our YouTube channel, you probably saw we posted a video of Mark and myself spinning around and
attempting to try and drift a drift car in this game, which I think some of the turns we kind of made it look like we did have a clue what we were trying to do, but I think that
every once in a while.
I do encourage anyone to just jump in a drift car and have a go on this game, and if anyone's got any settings, we're more than welcome to give them a try.
Yeah,
it was good fun.
Cool. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for everyone that competed. We will see you on Thursday. Cheers.
Catch you later, man. Ciao.